Outdoors Delmarva covers everything outdoors,
including real hunting and fishing situations involving wildlife.
We do our best each week to bring you tasteful content,
but viewer discretion is advised.
Now enjoy the show.
We begin this week in Milford speaking with Richard Clifton about his latest accomplishment.
We'll head to Sussex Central to meet the October recipient of the WBOC Mount Air Farm to Table Scholarship.
Scorchy Talls invites us along for a sticky situation in Ellendale.
And we'll go a few laps at Millpond Speedway for some RC dirt track racing.
Outdoors Delmarva starts right now.
Welcome to Outdoors Delmarva, the show that celebrates our communities, our cultures and traditions, and the places we call home. My name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch.
Oh, sorry about that. Lauren, I just got a breaking news alert on my WBOC app, and it's not good.
What does it say?
Oh, this is terrible news.
What's wrong?
We're officially into the holiday season.
Are you crying?
Why? What happened to the summer?
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here are Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
Delmarva is full of amazing artists.
And when it comes to waterfowl artists, there are none more amazing than Richard Clifton. How long have you been doing this here?
Professionally, I guess I've probably been painting now since, probably the late 90s. Our family were pretty big time waterfowl hunters. And so in those early days, even before I could hunt, I knew Dad went. Once in a while Dad would get something, you bring it home. I can remember seeing like a pair of Canada geese on the back step or black duck, something like that. And then, you had to buy waterfowl stamps. Of course, back then, the only one you had to get was the Federal. And so I remember looking at Dad's Federals and pretty intrigued by those. And I think another big influence came along with seeing some, early Ducks Unlimited magazines, and wildlife art was often featured in those magazines.
Which you've also been featured on.
I have been Ducks Unlimited Artist of the Year 4 times. Wow. But, looking at those early Ducks Unlimiteds and seeing the artists that were Artists of the Year and thinking, wow, wouldn't that really be neat if I could one day be, DU Artist of the Year, and I've done it 4 times. So, yeah, it's pretty neat.
You're going up against so many other artists across the country.
Oh, the competition is fierce in waterfowl art, So, yeah, to win the Federal twice, and I can attest having that contest just got over last weekend, and I was first year back and I lost. It's a good reminder that it's still tough to win. So, you got to make sure you bring your A game.
Winning your 11th Delaware one, despite you feeling a little embarrassed about it, you are still going up against not just Delaware artists, but artists from across the country.
Yeah.
You've got some competition, you've got some drive, and you're continuing to put out award-winning art out there.
I can tell you, I just did a lot of reflecting. So you get a little beat down when you don't do so well, but you have to remember, look around and what I've done, what I've accomplished. However, I think the big thing for me, you mentioned drive, I have always tried to still improve. So no matter how good you may think I am, it's still never good enough for me. So I'm constantly trying to see where I can improve. I will say I think I've gotten a little more comfortable or satisfied with, my art lately or my technique. But being at the Federal contest is a good reminder that you can't, go to sleep on any of that stuff. You gotta like still keep working hard because everybody else is working hard too.
Richard will be at the Waterfowl Festival in Easton November 7th through the 10th. So if you'd like to meet him in person or experience a great Delmarva tradition, well, please make plans to attend.
You can find out more details at waterfowlfestival.org. Outdoors Delmarva, we'll be right back.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
We are proud to partner with Mount Air Farms to honor area high school seniors who have a passion for agriculture or the culinary arts.
And we're proud to honor the October recipient of the WBOC Mount Air Farm to Table Scholarship, Sussex Central High School's Ava Johnson.
Joining FFA my freshman year, I was very excited to just be able to meet new people while showing livestock and have this whole new world that I can participate in. I was all about animals, and now I finally grew to be like a leadership position. I've now am able to share my perspective with other kids in the FFA, and I'm able to show like that FFA isn't just about farming. Like you can get so much out of it rather than just farming or agriculture, even though that's what I really enjoy doing.
I grew up in ag, poultry and everything, but I'm not very familiar with livestock. So she is very well versed on pigs and all of livestock, so I asked her questions and she has taught me even. So I mean, that in itself shows that she is willing to help people regardless of their background, and she just makes you feel comfortable no matter what.
3 words that I would choose to describe Ava would be ambitious, determined, and committed. I first got to meet Ava when she came out for our livestock show program. And anyone that has ever tried to raise or show a livestock animal knows that you have to be very dedicated to this project. And Ava, right off the bat, I think wanted to raise every animal on our farm, but she was definitely one that was committed and has really grown through that experience and given back to her other members, and really wants them to have the same passion that she does for animals and our FFA chapter.
My senior project for IB is researching why Sussex County farmers are shying away from their practices and why they're selling their farmlands that used to be there for generations in the past. And I was really interested in wondering where'd they go, or why did they leave their practice? And through my research, I found that a lot of farmers nowadays, since pricing has gone up, just have to disband because these big housing companies are buying them out. It really interests me because I didn't grow up on a farm, but my grandparents did. So them going away from it because they can't keep going, because we have roads being put through our property to be able to navigate through Sussex County. The big question is why? Why give it up if you really enjoy it? And realizing that it's not up to enjoying it anymore, it's up to the cost.
Ava Johnson, for your commitment to feeding the world like we do at Mount Air Farms, it's my pleasure to present to you the WBOC Mount Air Farm to Table Scholarship Award. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Once again, congratulations, Ava.
If you'd like to learn more about the scholarship program or to nominate a student, go to WBOC.com and search Farm to Table.
Outdoors Delmarva returns right after these messages.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Jason and I have found ourselves in some pretty sticky situations before.
But nothing quite like we see in this week's Remembering Scorchy Taws.
Honoring the life and legacy of Scorchy Taws, thanks to Shorts Marine in Long Neck, Delaware. Shorts Marine, everything but the water.
They do make molasses in Delaware. Well, at least they do out behind the home of Raymond and Lillian Nielsen near Ellendale.
Stuff is looking good, I tell you. Mama, come get me. I have to lick it again.
The object of Lillian's affection starts with the sugarcane she and Raymond grow on a 3/4 acre plot.
We planted it last of April like you do corn, and it is late this year because everything's so dry.
The sugarcane is harvested with the help of friends, relatives, and neighbors.
This is the way we take leaves off of it. You have to strip it of the leaves before you cut it down because the leaves don't go through and they have no juice in them.
Then it's on to the mill where the soul of molasses is squeezed from the stalks.
Down south they use an old mule and a sweep, and it takes forever and a day to get the juice, but it don't take much with this gas engine because we really run it through.
Because of Lillian, Raymond Nielsen got interested in growing sugar cane and making molasses quite a few years ago.
I'm a hillbilly. I'm originally from North Carolina, and my mother and dad used to grow it. And my husband, he got so interested in it, and when he retired, he thought that he would like to do some.
Is that good looking juice?
My husband calls it his hobby. But my niece's husband says it's like work.
Lillian Nielsen's niece's husband could be right. There is never a dull moment around the little mill. The cutting, squeezing, boiling, skimming, and pouring keeps everyone sort of sugar-footing around. And as for the end result compared to store-bought?
No comparison. No comparison. We got the real thing.
Scorchy Taws wandering our Delmarvelous land for WBOC News.
Remembering Scorchy Taws is sponsored by Shorts Marine. Online at shortsmarine.com.
Did you know that unlike dogs, white-tailed deer only wag their tails when they're startled?
Did you know that white-tailed deer have up to 297 million scent receptors compared to a human's mere 5 million?
And did you know that white-tailed deer have better night vision than day vision?
Now you do.
Did You Know is sponsored by North Bay Marina. Outdoors Delmarva will be right back. You're watching Outdoors Delmarva presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Jason, you remember racing RC cars around your house as a kiddo, right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
And you probably got yelled at by your papa, right?
No, never.
Well, I've seen how you drive the Subaru, so if you drive the RC race cars like that, I'm sure you were hitting the walls, right?
Can you please just get to the point?
Well, I went to a unique RC dirt track car racing event where it doesn't matter if you wreck or flip over or crash into the wall because it's dirt. I am from this area and I've never seen anything like this before in my life.
Yeah, that's a lot of people say that. Yeah.
But I have grown up or been around dirt racing, you know, and so I kind of was familiar with that side of it, and now these are just miniature scale.
Yes.
So how did this start for you?
For me, so I've raced RC cars since I was elementary school, small ones, and then get older, get married and things like that, and then stumbled upon these and thought, wow, those are neat, and started running them at another track and just decided we were going to do one here, and that's kind of how it came to be. A love of the sport and trying to give a place for guys to come and be able to race.
So what went into creating this track? You said about 5-6 years ago.
2019, yeah.
Yeah, and how did you even decide how to make this?
Okay, yeah, so the track we were running them on was we borrowed with a go-kart track, which is the Tick Big, and just did some of my own, like what thought would be a good size and the shape I wanted. I wanted to create a track where it was not just a wide open deal, it was a lot of driving involved. So that's what we were going for.
Jacob, how many years have you been racing these?
I've been doing this about 6 years now.
And how did you get involved? How did you find out about it?
Actually, my cousin, he was racing these for a while, and he was like, you should come out. So I come out one race, and then that was it.
Talk about the racing side of it. How does that work here? Like, how many laps do we do? How does a caution work?
Caution works if somebody's upside down or hazard inside the track. Heat races are about 20 laps. Features are mostly 30 to 50 lap features.
Wow, all of you out there at one time?
Only about 8 cars.
8 cars, yeah, I don't think you could fit any more than that.
Yeah, it's a little small track.
I'm here with Matt, and he came all the way from Cincinnati.
Yes.
That's amazing. You travel all over?
We do. We travel all over the country. We are located in the center of the country, but we travel west, east. We go to Louisiana. We got some great friends down in Louisiana we visit. This is our first time to Delaware. Everybody here is like family. When we do get together, though, it's You know, we like to get down and fight it out, duke it out, but it's a lot of fun. Yeah, the cars are, you know, we learn a lot about science, learn about electric. It's just a good family-oriented hobby.
You've worked on a race car before, a big race car. So what are some similarities and differences?
There's a ton of similarities, so I feel like I might have a little bit of an advantage from coming from the big car world, because a lot of the stuff applies to these same little cars, you know. Not everything does, but yeah. And then understanding the aerodynamics and stuff of it as well. And I also build the bodies and sell them. So Gator Bodies, gatorbodies.com.
So you made a little business out of this too?
Yeah, it's kind of a little side gig, and have fun with it. And we're fortunate enough to be able to travel. You know, we're from Louisiana. Here we are 18 hours away in Delaware. And have enjoyed, been down all week and just have enjoyed this community. Everybody's been so friendly and welcoming.
For those who maybe are interested in coming out and checking this out, what is the exact address out here?
It is 30474 Millsboro Highway, 19966. We have a Facebook page that has our schedule pinned to the top, so you can always go there and see. We do post of weekly events coming up, special events.
And it's free.
It's free.
Come on and
watch.
Right. Come out as a spectator and watch. There's a concession stand over here.
Yes.
Lots of people hanging out.
We have a lot of people come just for that, because we got some little special niche items in our stand. We also have a YouTube channel now, so you can even watch races there. Yep, the races are, there's a software program that scores the races, and there's a little camera that films, and guys can go watch that week to week and look at their lap times and see where they're making strides.
You've just got a whole good little operation out here.
Yep.
The 2024 racing season has wrapped up, but if you're interested in getting in on the action in 2025, be sure to stay up to date by checking out Millpond Speedway on Facebook.
We are looking towards the sky when we check out your latest photos when Outdoors Delmarva returns.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here are Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
It's time to flip through the photo album and take a look at all the cool Northern Lights photos you've sent us.
Thanks to our friends at North Bay Marina.
Outdoors Delmarva viewer pictures are sponsored by North Bay Marina.
The only way to describe the Longhorn Butcher and Taxidermy Mount of the Week, harvested by David Chance, is massive.
For all your butcher and taxidermy needs, call Spencer at 410-422-3942. Stop by the shop on Morris Road in Pittsville, or check out Longhorn Butcher on Facebook.
That'll just about do it for us this week. Thank you so much for tuning in.
And keep sending us those wonderful viewer photos. You can do that by going to outdoorsdelmarva.com and clicking the banner at the top of the page, or scan the QR code in the bottom corner of your screen.
We do hope that you'll join us right back here again next week, but until then, my name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch, and we hope to see you Outdoors Delmarva.
Outdoors Delmarva, a Draper Media production, is presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. Sponsored by Shorts Marine, Bell Creek Equipment, and Range Time.
I thought you were really crying for a second.
Thank you.
That's what we need.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you.
Go be.